let's discuss section B question. I can see that it's relating to inheritance tax. And as you know, each question is worth 2 marks, and you'll have 5 sub-questions totaling 10 marks. So let's have a read and then we'll discuss.
Okay, so Adana died on 17th of March 2016, and inheritance tax of 566,000 is payable in respect of a chargeable estate under the terms of a will. Under the terms of a will, Adana left her entire estate to her children. At the date of death,
what are your thoughts?
So everything's gone to her children, so it should be all, there should be some sort of tax due on it because it's not to a partner, so it's not exempt.
Yeah, as in inheritance tax of 566 is payable. So
yeah,
we've already been sort of told that this is the IHT payable. And yes, good thinking. If it's left to the children, then there's no spousal exemption. And also, when you look at children, you're thinking the residence nil rate band.
Yeah.
Because direct descendant.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So the residence nil rate band is only available if the home or the property, the PPR, is left to a direct descendant.
Yeah.
Okay, continue, please.
Okay. At the date of death, Adana had the following debts and liabilities: an outstanding interest-only mortgage of 220,000, income tax of 43,700 payable in respect of the tax year 15-16, legal fees of 4,600 incurred by Adana's sister, which Adana verbally promised to pay. Adana's husband had died on 20th of March 2006, and only 20% of his inheritance tax nil rate band was used on his death. The nil rate band for the tax year was 285,000.
What are your thoughts, please?
So
outstanding interest only mortgage. What are your thoughts?
That needs to be paid.
It's a deduction, right, from the estate.
Yeah. The income tax also needs to be deducted.
Good. It's an outstanding legal. It's legally binding. It's a liability to the government.
Yeah, and the verbally promised isn't legally binding, so that doesn't need to be deducted.
Exactly. Good. And then husband died in the 06-07 tax year, and the nil rate band was 285,000, but only 20% was used on his death.
Yeah, so you can carry forward the 80% of the 285.
Will it be off the 285, or do you use current?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you use the current one, 80% of the current one. It's kind of like tapered.
Exactly. So you'd use 325,000 times 80% will be available for Adana as well. Continue.
On 22nd April 2006, Adana had made a chargeable, a CLT of shares valued at 500,000 to a trust. Adana paid the lifetime inheritance tax of 52,250 arising from this gift. If Adana had not made this gift, her chargeable estate at the time of her death would have been 650,000 higher than it otherwise was. This was because of the subsequent increase in the value of the gifted shares.
What do we have?
So she made a CLT of 500,000 to a trust and paid the inheritance tax. They are now at death is valued at 650,000.
Okay. Yep. But is there anything that we need to consider? For example, the lifetime IHT of 52,250 would be an allowable deduction.
Yeah.
CLT into a trust, so you're thinking about some sort of annual exemptions being available. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So there's 5 questions. Maximum nil rate band. So we're thinking about the husband's unused nil rate band for number 16. Total amount of deductions which would have been permitted. So you're going to sort of tally up what's allowable, what's not from 1, 2, and 3. 18, who is responsible? So we've already discussed a similar question. And remember last time you made the mistake of actual date is end of the month.
Yeah.
So it's either A or C. I'll leave that for you. Would have been saved if she made specific gifts of 400 to her trust and 200,000 to grandchildren instead of leaving the estate to her children. So you need to think about that one. And how much did she save by making the CLT of 500,000? Because now the value is 650,000.
Yeah.
So further thought needs to go into question 20. Take 7 minutes. I think you'll add more. How much did they say per mark again?
1.8.
1.8 minutes. So effectively, you can have 20 minutes. Well, you can have 18 minutes for this question, but we'll give you 10. We'll give you 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think it's straightforward. So,
which paper is this? The
September 2016.
Okay. So.
Just think about it thoroughly, though. Don't jump into your answers. Think about what's happening.
Yeah.
We'll give you about 8 minutes. 8 minutes should be enough.